I'm out and about and I getting warm out. I think it's 84, 85 degrees out today in the sun. It's even warmer. But was thinking about the YouTube broadcast last Wednesday from the unaffiliated and got me thinking about hydrating and getting ready for Sturgis. I've had some really difficult hot rides in my life. I have been dehydrated before on a ride. It's no fun. Your hands cramp, your legs cramp, your arms cramp up, and it's really a dangerous riding situation. I remember one year that it was 115 degrees going through the Badlands on my way home, and I usually ride home in one day. Um, Here's some keys, okay? Here's some hints and some tips, okay? And this is just from an old rider. Um, Preload. In other words, if you see on the weather report that you're going to go through some hot weather, you're going to go through some dry weather, um, understand that riding a motorcycle will dehydrate you. You're in the wind. A lot of people don't wear helmets. Um, I wear helmets on long road trips. A lot of people have a lot of exposed skin on their motorcycles. I used to ride that way, a sleeveless t-shirt. I never rode in shorts, but that exposed the exposed skin will dehydrate you. The wind blowing past you, you're sitting on a hot engine. It's running probably between 180 and two, maybe even close to 600 degrees. And then you're riding with the sun beating down on you with very little shade. It can become a very dangerous situation. Preload. If you know you're going to be out riding in the sun, you know you're going to be out riding, especially out west where the humidity is less, you actually dehydrate a lot faster when there's not much humidity and you don't know that you're sweating even. Um, Preload. Day before, slam the water. The day before, drink plenty of water. If you don't, on a road trip, if you're not using the restroom, you're dehydrated. I'm just letting you know that. Um, uh, Hello, good afternoon. Um, so preload. And water is the best substance for hydrating you. Um, and I'll go into a few things. Iced tea has caffeine in it. Coffee has caffeine in it. Caffeine is a diuretic. Um, you don't preload with that. That's just going to make you have to go to the bathroom. Well, I'm not sure how to say your name, but I'm from Iowa here. So, water is the best thing. If you're at a point where you are dehydrated, don't get behind that. Stay ahead of it. I force myself at gas stops, and I'm one that does not like to stay at gas stops for very long. I force myself to drink 2 bottles of water. Carry your own water with you. Some people have a cup holder on their motorcycles. I do not. But force yourself to drink water even when you don't think you need it. Most people don't ride more than 150 miles between gas stops. You can certainly hold it for 150 miles. Somebody says, well, then you got to pee a lot when you go to a gas stop. That's true, but if you're urinating, then you're not dehydrated. When you get in trouble is when you don't. There's some other signs that deal with that, the color of your urine, things like that. We're not going to go there. But preload. Alcohol will not help you. I remember that trip back in the heat. And all of these guys that had partied the night before in the heat with hangovers, and they were already dehydrated from getting 3 sheets to the wind. They're parked alongside the road and they're sitting trying to find any shade they can in the ditch and holding their heads. They are in trouble. Um, well, hello. And so alcohol's not going to help you. Coffee is not going to help you. Iced tea is not going to help you. There are drinks with Gatorade. I try to stay away from sugary drinks, energy drinks. I stay away from those if I'm going to stay hydrated. They actually help to dehydrate you a little bit as well. Water is good if you're really, and this is a tip from an old enduro rider. I never rode enduro, but I've got some friends that did. If you are behind the 8 ball, mix water 50% with Gatorade. And I do not know why it works, but it actually gets into your system more quickly than just water. Avoid ice water. Now you're going, what? I'm hot as. Well, ice water is a shock to your system and it takes longer to bring it into your system. And people think that's counterintuitive, but seriously, avoid ice water. Make sure you stay ahead of things. If you get to a point when you're dehydrated, stop. Park your motorcycle, find a restaurant somewhere, and cool off to begin with. Along with dehydration comes heat stroke and heat exhaustion. Cool off, and there, drink water, sodas. They are not going to help you hydrate that much because of the caffeine in them. Everybody thinks, Coca-Cola is going to help me get my hydration back, and it really does not. Sugar does not help. Water is the best thing to drink. We used to carry salt tablets. That's not a bad thing. You take a couple of salt tablets along with your water to replace the sodium in your system. But the big thing is watch what you're doing, your body, and listen to your body talk to you. Now, I'm a person who will usually do Sturgis in one day. Our group will run to Sturgis in a day. We leave at about 5 o'clock in the morning. Oftentimes we don't eat until we get to Sturgis. It's about 12 and a half hours, 12 hours to get there. Of course, we get an hour crossing into mountain time. And so it's a long day to ride, and I may not eat, but I will always drink water. Bring water with you. I have a cooler that I strap to my bike, a soft-sided cooler. Bring water with me, and just stay hydrated. Here's the key: stay ahead of the game. It will help you. Hey, I want to thank you for watching. I want you to think about the one who said he was the living water. Jesus said, if you drink the water he gives you, you'll never thirst again. And he's talking about spiritual thirst. And Jesus can quench that thirst that no one else can. Hey, Jamin, I'm just getting ready to wrap up. You'll have to go back and watch things from the beginning. I might do a live feed sometime on being out bad. Seems like that's the topic these days. People are out of clubs bad. Who knows what I'll do. But Jamin, I hope you're out riding. You're probably still at work or just getting off work. I'm out running a little bit. I'm on my way home. Thought I'd find some shade, cool off a little, and then get home and find something good to eat. Hey, thank you for watching. I want you to investigate the living water. Read the Gospel of John in the Bible. It doesn't take very long to read it, and 22 chapters, and read a chapter a day. In less than a month, you're through it. But investigate the living water. Working on your van, getting it ready for Sturgis. Oh, you're one of those trailer guys, aren't you? Yeah. Anyway, you're going to get that little patch says I rode mine. I'm teasing you, Jamin. You know that. Look forward to seeing you at Sturgis. I'm going to plan to be around the mission on Friday. Um, we've got to send in our plans by Monday of where we want to serve at, and so that Friday just before Sturgis, or the Friday the weekend of Sturgis, I will be at the mission at the Cross, just off Junction Avenue in Sturgis. Saturday, I'm going to be on the road. Sunday, well, I'll be preaching at One Eyed Jack's downtown, and that'll be interesting. And the rest of the week, we'll be just doing ministry stuff. So take care of yourselves, stay safe, and stay hydrated.